Section 1. Hook and Introduction. Imagine this. You get called for a job interview. You have the skills. You have the experience. Maybe you even have a degree. But the moment they say, "Tell me about yourself," your mind goes blank. Or maybe you know what to say, but you're not sure if your English sounds professional enough. You start second-guessing every sentence. You speak too fast because you're nervous, or you go quiet because you do not want to make a grammar mistake. If that is you, this video is made for you. My name is Ben, and today we are going to go through a full job interview in English together. I will teach you the exact phrases to use. I will explain why they work, and I will help you feel confident walking into that room. This is especially for my friends from India and the Philippines, two communities with so many talented, hard-working people who sometimes hold themselves back because of English confidence. That stops today. Stay until the end because I have a special section just for the most common mistakes I see from ESL speakers. Section 2. Why? This is hard and IT is okay. First, let us just be honest about something. Interviews are already stressful. In English, when it is not your first language, they are even more stressful. Here's what I hear most often from Indian and Filipino job seekers. Number 1. My English is okay in daily life, but in an interview I freeze. Number 2. I am worried they will not understand my accent. Number 3. I do not know the professional words to use. And number 4. I answer the question, but I feel like my answer does not sound impressive. Sound familiar? Here's the truth. None of these things mean your English is bad. They mean you have not practiced interview English specifically. And that is a skill, separate from everyday speaking. Interview English has its own vocabulary, its own rhythm, and its own structure. Today we learn all three. Section 3. Tell me about yourself. The most important question. Let us start with the question that opens almost every interview. Tell me about yourself. This question seems simple, but most people answer it wrong. Many ESL speakers either give their whole life story starting from childhood, or they say almost nothing and get nervous. Neither one works. The formula. Present gives past gives future. Use this three-part structure. Present, what you do now or recently. Past, your relevant background. Future, why you want this role. Let me show you two examples. First example is an Indian applicant for an IT support role. Currently, I'm working as a technical support specialist at a software company in Bangalore, where I handle customer issues and resolve system problems. Before that, I completed my bachelor's degree in computer science from VTU. I'm now looking for an opportunity to grow into a senior support role where I can also mentor junior team members, and I believe this company is the right place for that. Second example. Filipino applicant for a customer service role. Right now I am a customer service representative at a BPO company in Manila, handling inbound calls for US-based clients. I've been doing this for 3 years and I have consistently received high satisfaction scores. I am looking for a role where I can continue growing my skills, especially in a face-to-face or hybrid environment. Key phrases to use in this answer. Currently, I am working as professional and clear opening. I have X years of experience and establishes credibility. I'm looking for an opportunity to shows forward thinking. I believe this role is a great fit because ... connects you to the job. Write your own version of this answer before the interview and practice. Add out loud 10 times. Not in your head. Out loud. Section 4. Talking about your strengths with confidence. The next big question is, what is your greatest strength? This one makes a lot of ESL speakers uncomfortable because in many Asian cultures, talking about yourself positively can feel like bragging. In India, the Philippines, and many other cultures, we are taught to be humble. But in a job interview in an English-speaking workplace, you must speak your strengths clearly. That is not bragging. That is professional communication. The STAR method. Your best friend. Use STAR. Situation, task, action, result. This structure turns your strength into a real story, and stories are always more convincing than lists. Here are 2 examples using the STAR method. Please listen carefully. Example 1. Filipino speaking about communication skills. One of my strongest skills is communication. For example, in my last job, we had a client who was very frustrated with delays. Situation. My task was to handle their complaint and keep the relationship intact. Task. I scheduled a call, listened carefully, explained the situation clearly, and offered a realistic solution. Action. By the end of the call, the client thanked me and actually left a positive review. Result. Example 2. Indian speaking about problem solving. I would say my strongest skill is analytical thinking. In my previous role, our system kept crashing during peak hours. Situation. I was asked to identify the root cause. Task. I ran diagnostics, found a memory leak in the code and proposed a fix. Action. After implementation, the crashes dropped by 90%. Result. Power phrases for strengths. I would say my greatest strength is. One example that shows this is, as a result of that, I was able to. I take pride in my ability to. My colleagues often come to me for. Numbers make your answers stronger. Wherever you can, say the actual result. For example, increased sales by 20% is much stronger than sales went up. Section 5. Weaknesses and difficult questions. What is your greatest weakness? Oh, this one. I know. SL speakers either say I have no weakness, which no interviewer believes, or they say something so negative it hurts their chances. Here's the right way. The formula. Real weakness, plus what you are doing about it. Choose a real weakness that is not critical to the core job. Then, and this is key, explain what steps you are taking to improve it. This shows self-awareness and a growth mindset, which are both qualities employers love.
To be honest, I used to struggle with public speaking. Presenting to large groups made me nervous. I recognized this was limiting my growth. So over the past year, one joined a Toastmasters group and volunteered to lead team meetings more often. I have improved significantly, and I am continuing to work on it. Other phrases for tough questions. If asked about a gap in employment, during that period, I was focused on reason, caring for family, of Sililang, freelance work, and I am now fully ready to commit to a new role. If asked why you left your last job, I am grateful for everything I learned there, but I reached a point where I felt ready for new challenges and more growth opportunities. I am looking for a company where I can contribute long-term. If asked about a conflict with a coworker or manager, there was a situation where my team had different approaches to a project. I made sure to listen to all perspectives. Then we had an open discussion and reached a solution that worked for everyone. I believe communication is the key to resolving most workplace disagreements.
Never speak badly about your previous employer. Even if they were terrible, interviewers always wonder, will this person speak badly about us someday too? Section 6. Asking questions. The part that sets you apart. At the end of almost every interview, they will say, "Do you have any questions for us?" Many ESL speakers say no. I think I covered everything. Or they go blank. This is a missed opportunity. Asking good questions shows you are serious, prepared, and engaged. Here are questions that impress. Questions about the role. Can you tell me more about what a typical day looks like in this position? What are the biggest challenges the person in this role will face? How does this role contribute to the company's overall goals?
Questions about growth. What does career growth look like for someone in this position? Are there opportunities for training or professional development? What qualities do the most successful people in this team have? Questions about culture. How would you describe the team culture here? What do you enjoy most about working at this company?
Prepare at least 3 questions before every interview. If one of them gets answered during the conversation, you have a backup. Never go in with 0 questions. Section 7. Phone and virtual interviews. Special tips. Many first-round interviews today are done over the phone or on video, Zoom, Google Meet, Teams. These have their own challenges for ESL speakers. Let me walk you through them. On the phone, you cannot use body language, so your voice carries everything. Speak slightly slower than you think you need to. If you did not hear the question clearly, it is completely professional to say, "I am sorry. Could you please repeat that?" I want to make sure I understood the question correctly. Are you asking about X? These are not signs of weakness. They are signs of someone who communicates carefully. That is a strength. On video, look at the camera, not your own face on the screen. This is how you make eye contact virtually. Also, do not worry if there is a slight delay. Just pause a beat before answering. It is okay. If the connection cuts out, I apologize. I think the connection dropped for a moment. Could you repeat that, please? If you need a moment to think, that is a great question. Let me take a moment to give you a proper answer. I want to make sure I give you a thoughtful response to that. These buying time phrases are used by native English speakers too. There's no shame in using them. They make you sound calm and professional, not slow. Section 8. Your accent is not your enemy. Let us talk about accent. I want to say this clearly. You do not need to change your accent to get hired. What you need is to be understood. Those are 2 very different things. Many Indian and Filipino speakers where their accent will count against them. And yes, bias exists in the world. But the solution is not to sound like someone you are not. The solution is clarity. Speaking at a pace that lets your words be heard. Clarity tips for Indian speakers. Practice slowing down the ends of sentences. Indian English often speeds up at the end of a thought, which can cut off important words. Work on word stress. In English, the stressed syllable carries the meaning. For example, present noun versus present verb. Development, not development. Pause between sentences. A beat of silence between ideas sounds confident, not uncertain. Clarity tips for Filipino speakers. Watch out for dropped final consonants. The T in results, the D in skilled, the S in years. These endings carry meaning. Practice saying them fully. Tagalog sentence rhythm is quite even. English uses more rise and fall. Practice letting your voice go up slightly on important words. If you tend to say po mentally as a politeness marker, channel that energy into phrases like certainly, of course, and absolutely. They serve the same purpose professionally. Here's the truth about confidence in an interview. Confidence is not about being perfect. Confidence is about being prepared. When you know your material, when you have practiced your answers, when you have your phrases ready, the nerves still come. but they do not control you. Section 9. Closing the interview strong. How you end an interview is just as important as how you begin. Many people just say thank you and leave. Here's how to leave a lasting impression. The closing statement. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Speaking with you today has made me even more excited about this role. I am confident I can bring real value to your team, and I look forward to hearing from you. Could you tell me what the next steps in the process look like? When can I expect to hear back from you? Is there anything else you need from me at this stage? The follow-up email. Do not skip this. Within 24 hours, send a short thank you email. This is standard in most English-speaking work cultures, and most candidates skip it. You will stand out. Email template. Subject. Thank you. Job title interview. Dear name. Thank you for taking the time to speak with me today about the role position. I enjoyed learning more about something specific they mentioned. I remain very interested in the opportunity and look forward to next steps. Please let me know if you need any additional information from me. Sincerely, your name. Section 10. Closing words to viewers. Before I let you go, I want to say something that I genuinely mean. You being here, watching this video, practicing your English, preparing for this interview, that already tells me something about you. You're the kind of person who works hard and does not give up. The job market can be tough. Language barriers are real, but they are not permanent. Every interview you do makes you better. Every phrase you practice becomes more natural. And one day, very soon, you will walk into that interview room and realize the nerves are smaller. The words are ready, and you are ready. I'm rooting for you. Now go practice. If this video helped you, please give it a like and share it with a friend who is also preparing for interviews. Subscribe so you do not miss the next video, where we cover salary negotiation in English. That one is going to be really good. Take care, and good luck. You've got this.
Don't forget to subscribe and come back every week for fresh new videos. See you on the next one.